ready to go? Okay. So, guys, please. The fourth and last aspect of the global environment that we want to talk about is the global labor market. We started the course by talking about the economic environment. We then moved on to talk about the financial environment. And we start in the previous class and now spoke about the legal and political environment. And we finalized that. The fourth and last aspect that we want to talk about is the global labor market. And it is becoming a more and more important source of value creation as human capital is becoming so important in a global world. So first, what do we mean by global labor market? How does it work? And what do we mean when we spoke about it? We know what we mean by global capital market, yes, because capital flies. We know what we mean by global trade system, by global economic system. But what do we mean by global labor market? Yes.
The billions of people on the planet, their education levels, how much you're expected to pay them, and benefits, and legal obligations if you use them.
How do firms use global labor across countries? What are the means by which they have to use labor in the global world? The two ways by which they can do it. Yes, Ellen?
No, I think there's skilled labor and then there's less skilled labor. So I think you can use, unskilled labor probably doesn't make a lot of sense financially to relocate those people in droves. So you probably want to go to them. But if you're talking about skilled labor, really there's barring some, political and things like that, barriers, there's really no reason that you can't recruit talent all over the world. If you're willing to pay.
As we will see, it's not so simple, but basically two ways. One is that you go to the labor because the labor varies around the world in terms of skill, in terms of what else. Why do companies go to labor in different countries, particularly American companies? Cost, yeah? So there are variations in the cost of labor and in the skill of labor that drive companies to try to access labor around the world. Okay, does this make sense? Yeah, so that's one way. But the second way by which companies can use labor in the global world is by moving the labor. Do they do a lot of this?
Depends on where you are and what the industry is.
Okay. And are we seeing a lot of this going on? How do we call that when companies move labor? How do people move around the world?
Outsourcing?
No, outsourcing is the work move, yeah.
Expatriation and repatriation.
Expatriates, yeah. Expatriates are what? You know a lot about expatriates, yeah? There was a whole chapter in the reading about that. Oh, expatriates are what? What are they? You read the whole chapter about them.
People from the company's base country who go to work in another country for that same company.
For the same company, yeah? That's right, yeah? I came to the United States to work in Baruch. But am I an expatriate? No, why?
Because you work for an American company. You work for a U.S. institution.
That's right, yeah. No company sent me here, yeah? Baruch hired me from another country and I came here. Yeah, I came to work for Baruch. No company from wherever place sent me. So expatriates, and this is important. So what am I then? What? Immigrant. Yeah, absolutely. Immigrant. Legal one. Yeah, absolutely. Immigrant. I'm an immigrant here. Yeah, I was lucky to get a visa. Yeah, I'm like all the Mexicans that we spoke about before. Yeah, but that's it. So there are two ways by which people move around. One is immigration, legally or illegally, as we know so well, and the other one is expats. And remember the difference. Expats are only those who are moved by companies. A company moves them. So they work for a company that is a foreign company that sends them to work in a country different from its own. Okay? These are the two ways via which labor moves around. You know from the reading for today that it's very, very tricky to manage people around the world. Very, very tricky. What are the problems?